Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. A little midday money on a Money Monday, the 6th of February. Welcome on into the show in the Facebook, YouTube channel, the Believe link. If you're not already following on your favorite podcast channel, why weren't you be following? Come on, give me a follow on the podcast world, folks. We're on all the different joints. You could follow us there. And also, I don't know. There is a football game next week. I think it's on Sunday. I'm just throwing it out there. If you want it, 7 days, $31.20. If you haven't made $31.20 over 2 years with me, well, you're an absolute sociopath, and I don't see how you're not up money. So get your act together for the love of everything that's holy and start making some money. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. The free picks are at Twitter. Give me a follow if you're in the Twitter world, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit the little subscribe notification bell is important because one, I'm sure you don't want to miss out on Midday Money Show or Late Night Money. We'll be doing Late Night Money tonight. We'll be talking some Super Bowl prop action and taking a look at, I guess, the old look ahead of college hoop lines, stuff like that. Again, that the Late Night Money Show isn't going to be hour plus long show, though sometimes they drag out, just like this show. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter. All depends on everybody in the chat. If you're watching replays or listening to replays, hey, I try to respond to the comments. So there's that. And if you ever get a chance to come in live, do it. What are you waiting for? All right, let's jump in. Little recap action. Yesterday, 2-0 in the video. Niagara and Cal both getting there. Cleveland Cavaliers under 225.5. Never in doubt there. So a nice sweep of our Midday Money Show. So there's that. And today, we got a couple games today. Sure. Let's go. 139 and 121 plus 117 with our college basketball free picks. And we're going to go Idaho State today, +3, and a little Kansas, -4. All right. And I don't, someone messaged me like, oh, I listened to your show. You just gave the free pick and you moved on. You didn't really tell much. Well, that's because most of the time in the chat, all the games come up. So we kind of touch on them all a little bit. I don't like to really repeat. You know, I know we get a lot of comments sometimes, so I don't like to just keep trying to say things over and over again. Although for the Marcos minute, we'll probably have a Marcos minute today after we do the free picks here and Tim. But all right, let's go. NBA, we got an NBA play today. 31-34 in the video after the win. We're still down 560 here. Thunder +4 against the Warriors. Hockey, 2 plays, 20 and 26. We're +240. Thank you, dogs. Getting it done for us. Panthers +104 and the Flames even money on the ice. NFL, college football, Major League Baseball. Nothing on tap here on a Monday in February. Tim will come in, see how he's doing with his NBA, how he was yesterday. What do you say, fella? How are you?
Doing good. It was a beautiful reverse sweep yesterday. Got completely screwed over by some takeouts, and it happens. Because I had the over in the Nuggets game, and the Nuggets ended up ruling out Jokic, Murray, Gordon, and KCP, all about an hour and a half before the game.
That's the worst.
It happens. I'm not overly concerned about it. I had Indiana yesterday, which fell apart, and my best bet was Charlotte. I thought that line was a little bit short. I didn't think they should be favorited, and I was right. They shouldn't have been favorited. But 0-3 yesterday. I mean, that just means I'm in a bounce back spot, right?
Yeah.
Today,
that's the way I look at it.
Today I think I have 5 plays up. I took Washington money line. This is a Wizards team that has blown 20-point leads in back-to-back games. I like pain. I'm going right back to them. I'm taking the shot with that one. I'll get to that game in a minute because I really like that one. I took the over in the Spurs game because it's a Spurs game, and they're going to allow 110 30 points again tonight. That's just what they do. I'm
Not
taking
much defense.
Yes, defense optional for the Spurs. I'm taking the Kings tonight -5.5 on the road. I know they're on a second leg of a back-to-back. They just lost yesterday by 32 points to the Pelicans, who before that game
Had lost a bunch in a row.
had lost 10 in a row, one against the Lakers, and then it was on a second leg of back-to-back and blew them out. Yeah, I think the Kings take advantage, and I think they're going to have a nice blowout victory against the Rockets tonight. And my best bet's in that Oklahoma City Golden State game, and my favorite player other than that game is in the Clippers and the Nets. And I said, screw the points, Nets outright. The Nets just, if anybody missed it, Kyrie Irving got traded to the Mavericks. And this is the game, and I mentioned it during ESB, and we found a line for it too. Give me the Nets by double digits tonight, and it was like plus 870. I think they absolutely blow them out tonight because you got a Brooklyn team that finally got that cancer out of their locker room in Kyrie Irving. And I think that this game is going to be their big middle finger to Kyrie Irving going, we don't need you. We're good. We're going to go ahead and beat the Clippers when we're 8-point dogs by 10.
I mean, aren't they getting like Dinwiddie back? Didn't they like get rid of him when they got Kyrie?
Yeah. Yeah. Dinwiddie's coming. But none of the players from the trade are playing tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right. Yeah. They'll be shorthanded tonight.
They'll be shorthanded, but Nets outright by a lot. Let's get it.
There you go. Should I do?
That's the NBA card today. And I do like Kansas.
I'll do our Marcos minute for Marcos.
Get it.
The old Marcos minute. Those of you new to watching and listening, Marcos comes in, asks for every single game on the board. Sometimes he goes 2 at a time on a Saturday when there's 150 games. So on a day like this, we could just run them down. Miami Duke. This line, at 3, you think Miami? It's okay. No play here. I'll take Green Bay in 17. Idaho State, Northern Arizona is my moneymaker on the site. Kansas is here. I do like, believe it or not, a little Northern Colorado here at home. I would lean Tarleton. I don't want to lay 16 with Mass on the road. Give me some Holy Cross. No, thank you, Lafayette. Grambling. I want to take the home dog there. Same with Alabama State. I like. Oh, wait a second. I have Idaho State in the chat, right? That is on my site. Give me Idaho State in the Northern Arizona game. I'm sorry. That wasn't my pick on the sites tonight for my moneymaker up there. That would be in this other game with Texas Southern. Jackson State, I would lean Jackson State a little there. I do like Florida A&M and the 10, and of course Mississippi Valley. I'll take that dozen points. There you go, Marcos. You're welcome. Let's go. Into the comments we go. Reynolds in house, Florida A&M plus 10. Yes, Reynolds, we're taking a dog. Uh-oh, we have a first, but it's really the second. What happened? It depends where you watch it. Maybe you're the first one on Picks and Parlays or winning free picks. So I do not know who was first. Richie P in a place to be. Richie, welcome. How are you today? Good to see you. Huskers outright yesterday. Yeah, I said the Nebraska. Moneyline Markel in the house. Welcome. Miami, Florida, 2.5. Miz, Kansas, -4. Kansas over. Florida A&M plus 10. Holy Cross, Lafayette over. So Miami, Florida, listen, 2.5. This line was 3.5 last night. And initial thing, right? It's Miami because we're fading Duke, right? We're not taking Duke. But in this spot, it's Miami's the team that people are betting on. Miami's the ranked team with the line coming down. I'm leaning Duke here. It's Duke money line or nothing for me there. If you think Miami's going to win, The lines come down. People are betting Miami. And I'm all for. How many times do you fade Duke at home? Right, we're taking the dogs against Duke. Not in this spot though. I'm liking the Blue Devils. Kansas, yes. Over, no real opinion on. Florida plus 10, yes. Holy Cross, I do like the dog in that game. 124. Oh, it's 123 now. It's come down a point and a half. No, thank you. Lock of the day. UMass Lau. Here we go. And Milwaukee. 2 huge money lines. 2 17-point faves. I love it. I love it too. Good job. That's a joke for those newer folks come in and be like, how come this guy's how could he say that? And Higgs comes in here and just makes fun of people doing stuff like that. That's all meant in jokingly. Moneyline Markel today. Let's play Holy Cross. Moneyline dog. Yes. Holy Cross at home. Tater Greats in the house. Grambling -3. I don't know. It's again, I lean a little A&M. Kansas, yes. Under, no real opinion on. Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Miami under. Green Bay, Milwaukee. You want to go under the 142.5? Sure. And the Canes and Duke under. I don't like Miami. I'm telling you now, everyone's on Miami. Already 2 people. I'm adding Duke to the sites. Duke will be added up. I'll walk this way. Who else is on? Bethune-Cookman with me versus Texas Southern. That is my best bet, I guess you call it. My moneymaker today. It's posted on the sites. Gabe, -542 parlay. Way to go out on the limb, Gabe. Yes, I know, right? That guy, Tim Early, shouldn't be allowed in the chat with that kind of nonsense. Also wish Green Bay, Wisconsin, Green Bay with the points. Yeah, I would lean 17. I mean, Milwaukee, do I think they're 20 points better? Do I got to? It's a day where with you got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and the rest is like an added ticket. You really don't have to go and jump into taking Green Bay. I mean, and I like Green Bay. I got a mark next to Green Bay today. A lot of the dogs I liked. I still like. I shouldn't say liked. Yes, I got you. I got you. Walk this way. Michael's in the house. Good afternoon. Patrick says Wisconsin yesterday. That was a game, Patrick. We talked about it. You're playing a plucky little bunch out of Northwestern. You're off a big win on the road. It happens. We move on. Stanford. You had Stanford yesterday against Colorado. Well, listen, I had the under in that game. I wasn't expecting Stanford to score there, but I also was expecting 80 points from Colorado. So, Michael don't really like the college hoops card tonight. No, totally agree. I mean, I got a couple games I got today, 2 games, but I'm going to add Duke. I'm adding the Blue Devils because everybody here likes Miami. Let's talk some NBA here. So you like the Wizards in the first quarter. All right, we've heard Tim go over these games. My thought on the Wiz at home, sure. It's a short little line, 2.5. Why not? Full game, money line. I like it. Cancel out the back-to-back. I agree with the Wizards there. And again, the Wizards I just look at and see a 2.5 and automatically think people are going to bet Cleveland. Go Canes tonight. Here we go. More Hurricane money, Patrick. You know what? I'm not even waiting to the end of the show. I'm going to get Miami right now. Or excuse me, I'm going to get some Duke right now. Because the sign's going to keep everybody. The crowd loves the Canes. Here we go. I know what? I'm going Duke money line plus 140. That's what I'm going tonight. Duke money line. That's where I'm at. That is where I'm at right now. And yes, I got a big Canes flag behind me. That's football. That's 80s football. Here we go. Duke money line. There you go. Thank you, chat. Duke as a dog is different than when we're fading Duke when they're laying 9 points at home. Markel says he doesn't know. Michael. He's moneyline Markel, but he's in the air about the Wizards as a little small dog. Tate the Great says, must be me. For must be you what? On which game there? Tate the Great. Miss, mark my words, some of these NBA players you think are playing will not play. Wait an hour before game time, Giannis might play, or who knows who's feeling today. I agree. Listen, do you see an NBA pickup here for me? I mean, I got the Thunder. That was more based on I know Curry's not going to play. The line looks a little low. I'll do that. That's these other games where I got guys sitting out. I mean, who do we got a superstar on the Thunder who's gonna take a load management day? I don't think so. Marcos, hit the like button for me and Tim. I appreciate it. Hope you listen to the Marcos Minute. I gave the Marcos Minute. Listen, you come back and listen in the replay, Marcos, at the 7-minute mark for the Marcos Minute. Michael, I'm opposite. Give me the Warriors with no Curry. I think the Dubs step up. Thunder hit everything on Saturday. Scored 153 versus the Rockets. Hit 58% of the game. Yeah, big game like that, I understand. But it's still perceived Thunder and Warriors. The lines come down. We knew Steph wasn't going to play. It's gone from 5 to 4.5 to 4. I'll take a shot with you. I'm going to just be on the total ugly play here. There's no way I'm taking the Warriors and thinking that's the opposite play as a favorite at home. Moneyline Markel about the Cavs game. It seems a little easy. Exactly. That's why the Wizards win. James is in the house. Welcome, James S. I love the dog. Good morning, Rob Franklin. Welcome, my friend. What's going on with your boy up there in Green Bay? What's Aaron doing? Is he going to the Raiders? Huh? Markel, Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies. I'm leaning Northern Arizona with the Elementary Saints for the not the Vandals. They're the Bengals of Idaho State. Took Northern Arizona first half money line. Yeah, I mean, what's that? Basically, I mean, it's a 3-point line, little short fade there. Steven, that Michigan game angered you. 10 seconds left in the game and under was hitting 143. Michigan had the ball. Super Kids are celebrating with teammates and walks with the ball. There you go. That how you lose the under? Ye gets. Marcos, Uncle Drew headed to the state where everything is bigger. Yeah, I wish he was coming to the Rockets. That way we could go to I'd see him at NASA. We'd be out there having fun with our Flat Earth t-shirts. That would be fun. Literally at NASA, there's a room that says entering Mars and then entering Earth, and it's the same planet. It's the same stuff. It's crazy. Tony Plus, no locks for me today. There's never any locks. Hold on. I got the lock right here. I always got the lock with me, Tony. There you go. There. Always a lock on hand. Now, if you want to bet a game and we think we got a little edge, I got you covered today. Idaho State, Kansas Thunder, Panthers, Flames. There you go. You want a nice 4-1 day? 3-1-1, making money, whatever? I got you. No locks though. Got to go to Ace Hardware for the locks. Maybe I get Ace Hardware to sponsor a spot, the lock spot on the show. I'm gonna go to my local Ace and see if I get a little sponsorship there. Dennis, we say I'm new here. Love your show. Keep it great word. I appreciate it, Dennis. I like the pick. You look good. Where we at a wedding there? You look all spiffed out there. I thank you for commenting because people. I know people probably watch it because I see it gets a bunch of views, but the show is more of a back and forth. I try to. Definitely different than most sports shows, right? You turn on the show and they're just going to start running down stats and this and that. And I try to hit a lot of things. And I try to be honest with, hey, I'm not good at NBA. So I got Tim here. Like NBA, playoff NBA, I'll have a little stronger sides when it comes to betting games. But as we mention here every day, I'm 8 hours out. It's noon. The start of these games are hours away. Forget about trying to get the night before or something I know I'm not good at. Regular season NBA. We talk about player props. Okay. Sometimes I'll dabble in those a little bit. But I just try to keep it real, as the kids say. Steve Porter, Michigan gave the ball to Ohio State and they scored, sending the game over to total. Brutal. Well, I mean, see, that I don't bet a huge amount of college hoops totals. 40 and 26 are my totals. Not bad, 60%. But when I say I really don't have thoughts, like in that game, it was Michigan or nothing. I can't bet Ohio State. They're one win on the road. What are they? 11-11? What's their record? 12-11? Marcos Lemujic needs the ball in his hands, and so does Uncle Drew. Is that supposed to be Luca? Marco. Luca needs the ball in his hands, so does Uncle Drew. Don't know how it's going to work. Well, he okayed the trade. He okayed the trade there. It's going to be like him and Harden back together. 2 ball dominant guards. Well, who knows? I don't know how it's going to work out. You don't know. Who made out better, Dallas or the Nets? So the Nets. The Nets got guys, and would they get a draft pick as well? You don't have to pay. Irvin's going to want a max deal, and when he's on the floor, the guy's great. What's he average? 28 points a game. I mean, the guy's awesome when he wants to play. The guy's a great player, but I'm all for wackos, right? I'm borderline wacko. I get it. I think the Nets made out better. Southern minus 5.5 over Alabama State. I like Alabama State there, Rob. Michael, I want to take the under in the Bucks Blazers game. I know it has gone up. Bucks on the road, trend to the under. Blazers are back East Coast. Give you the under 240. I like that spot, right? Blazers at home, first game back. Sure. Seaport, Texas has an underdog. 3-1-1 ATS last 5. Road team is 12-4 last 17 ATS. Yes, but what this comes down to me here is the coaching staff. Both teams really good. Texas, you got an interim over there. He's, you fired the coach. I'm leaning with Kansas here, the short number. Leaning Kansas. I'll be doing this with Detroit Lenny later on today. Clippers minus the 8. No, thank you. New Jersey Nets, baby. A little Brooklyn. Celtics Detroit over 230. I'm going to say okay to that because the Celtics offense, they look pretty good. Marcos, no question, Hicks, since you already gave your rundown. You told me what to do. I'm done for the day, but I appreciate the rundown. Short day like this, we'll give it the Marcos minute at the start of the show if you're listening. As opposed to you had to type in every 2 games at a time, 15 times. Michael, Duke game is hard because Duke is off the NC win, but Miami's off a road win. Clemson, public back in Clemson, maybe the most public. It is, and it's a spot where it's a ranked team, a short fave. My question was, it is Duke, because Duke, that kind of offsets the Miami being a ranked team, or Duke's, whatever they are, 14-7 on the year. They're definitely not, or what are they, 17-6. They're not terrible, but the perception is that it's Duke. Bet Duke. This spot, I'm going to grab him because the whole chat's on Miami and the line's coming down. So I'm going to go opposite. Patrick, 305 till I'm gone. Don't do it. You can't be betting with your heart out there, fella. Come on. Stop. I get it. You see it back there. I understand. Norman, were you winning from beginning? Unders. There you go. Always, you're winning the whole game. It's always under until it's over, right, Norman? That game is a winner until it's not. I love it. Houston play was full game and not the first half. Houston. Cougar, was this the Cougar game yesterday? How about that? Houston started out, we talked about it yesterday, but like, first half Cougars, late a 6-7. Yeah, they were down at the half before they turned it on. So you said Miami. No, we're not doing Miami. No Canes. No, not tonight. I do like the Canes. I can't do it. Everybody's on them, and the lines come down. Kings Rockets under 234. For me, it's a no. Just because the Rockets are a bad team, Kings are going to want to score after a bad game. I mean, do they D it up? I don't know. I mean, I kind of understand that after a bad game, you want to D it up, but you also got to score to win. Had these. I mean, both teams are coming off debacles. 153 to 121 and 136 to 104. I can't go the under. Marcos, good call on Nebraska game, Higgs. Yeah, it was just one of those spots where I don't know. Sometimes the start of the year, I think a team's going to be a certain way. Like, I thought Florida State out there. Nebraska was another one, though. I thought they'd be a little better. Salukis have done all right for us. It's just you said it right, Miami. No, here we go. No. I was against you, but you're right on Nebraska games, Marcos. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Sometimes doesn't make a difference. Patrick's a Hurricane alum. I get it, bro, but come on. Don't do it. Not tonight. A lot of Miami love in the chat. We're going to see who's happening. Grambling State -3. John, I like Alabama A&M. I like A&M there. The Alabama A&M. I also like the Florida A&M as well. Like my Ames today. John says Jackson State -3 over. Who they got? Pine Bluff? This was a 4 last night. It's ticked down a notch. I mean, I got zero thought on this game. Marcos Curry out again. Yes, he is. Michael Brown's in the house. Welcome. Juan DeFlaco. What's in? I'm taking the Mavs plus 9.5. I don't care who plays Utah is not that good. That, if you the Jazz, I mean, they're all right at home. See, I'm not a big Maverick guy, but 9.5 does seem a little steep. I think this is it's so high though, Juan, because of the short bench, right? You just got rid of a bunch of guys. Now, I agree with Tim there where it's like you take the Nets, right? The Nets are going to be out short-staffed or not. They're going to be like, you know what? We got to screw that guy. Let's go. And even like Ben Simmons, I think is a joke for them. And I like that Ben Simmons trade, too. I was like, oh, you're good. A guy who doesn't shoot. You got KD and Kyrie. You don't need a guy who shoots. But in this spot here for Dallas, you lose 3 guys. That's a chunk. I don't know. I don't know if I'm running to bet this one. Nets, I could totally understand. Look at us. We don't need you. We're going to come out and put up a fight. Dallas, I don't know. Bill McDonald's in house. Pistons line up to plus 11.5. That's a big number. I mean, it's a double. Do I want to lay double digits on the road in the NBA? No. Yeah, just take Duke. Take Duke money line, John, because everybody in the chat loves the Hurricanes today. Marcos, yeah, came in as you were giving a rundown. Good looking. That's it. The Marcos Minute will be up when it's a short schedule like that. Well, I'll do the Marcos Minute. I don't mind. I think that's kind of funny. People are probably like, what the heck is this about? Who's Marcos? I just saying all these games right the start like this. What is this about? That could be a new part of the show. The Marcos Minute, and it can be sponsored by Ace Hardware, the Marcos Minute lock of the day. Tomorrow we got like 30 games tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do a Marcos Minute tomorrow, but we'll see. Robert, I've been hearing he might be a Raider, but it better not be cheap. Show me some love. I don't know. You'll know better than me, Rob, with Rodgers. I thought if he gets traded, he's still a cap hit. If he's released, he's still a cap hit. If he retires in June, it's still a bunch of a cap hit for them. Like that is the $40 million question, I guess, right? And again, like Sean Payton going to Denver. Why the heck are you going to Raiders? Hi, I got the Chiefs who've only been in multiple Super Bowls ahead of me. I got Sean Payton now, who's I think he will improve the Denver offense a little, right? And then I have the Chargers, who are as talented as any team in the league, but they don't have a head coach. I thought Payne would be in charge of the Chargers. And you got the Lakers. The Raiders are just a cluster to me. It's a hot mess. And you have Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen. I mean, you have up-and-coming team. Why aren't you going, Aaron Rodgers, to Carolina? How about you go to Tampa Bay? with Mike Evans and an offense down there? I don't know. How about New Orleans? Go play indoors in a weak division. Go play in Atlanta with Ridley. Is Ridley back this year? Is he done gambling? Ridley and Pitts? Right? Why am I going? I mean, you want the most money at 40, I guess? I don't know. I'd still be looking to try to win something. I'll go to the NFC South to win a division. You can't tell me the AFC is weaker than the NFC. You got Philly, the Niners, Dallas, and then who's your fearful teams there? Minnesota. I didn't say Minnesota because Minnesota and Dallas they're talented enough to win games, but they just find ways to lose. They don't know how to win. They want to win, but they just don't know how to get over that hump. So then you just have Philly, who's improved tremendously, and then you have the Niners who win no matter who's quarterbacking, but the coach can't coach big games. He blows games. Why am I going to the AFC? 0 cents to me. 0 cents when I could go and win the NFC South for the next 3 years. Michael, I'm no show. My sample 67% on bets and 9-3 money on the Thunder. Steph being that's all over ESPN. One of the words going to do without Steph, Dubs in a route. But what sample's that from, Mike? Like where? I mean, how is this? I see 30% of the money on Oklahoma, and the lines come down. So I mean, it all depends on who releases the money, who's betting it. You know, I just don't see Joe Public. I don't care that ESPN's going to come in here and say that Steph's out. That's fine. The average person is still not going to bet on the Thunder. I mean, what are you talking about? I see 70% of the money on Golden State, and the lines come down. 70% of the handle, 60% of the bets, all Golden State money. I mean, everybody's on Cleveland today. I mean, the Clippers. I mean, you want to go opposite? Take the Brooklyn Pistons, Rockets. I mean, it's not even close. Not even close. Who's betting on? I mean, is your sample size the Oklahoma City Thunder traveling team? Is that the people who work in the administration? I mean, come on. Chihuahua, what do you say? Peace, my friend. How are you? Wizards under? I like the Wizards anyway. I like the Wizards straight up. OKC running down. I like Oklahoma City as well. I think we're not getting any love here. Marcos, Rhoda and the Whackers are done. Rodgers and the Packers are done. He needs to retire. The question is, Marcos, is what is the money involved here? Only 6 more days until Magic Mahomey wins his second ring in 4 years. Marcos likes KC, apparently. Rob Franklin, not really feeling the card today, looking like a player prop day for me, especially in the NBA. I just ran down. It's either you're taking a bunch of ugly dogs like Detroit and the Wizards, the Nets, Thunder. That's tough. That's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. They're going to go 1-3 or 0-2 or whatever they do today by not taking some dogs. Do I like Arlington at home as a plus money dog? What again here? Plus 105 here, Bill, with Arlington. I mean, to me, it's a coin flip. My number's at 1 anyway, so it's no value. Panthers on the ice. Yes, sir. Walk this way. I got the Panthers here in the chat. Panthers in the Flames. Ricky Flames. Spaghetti tacos plus 100 here. 20 and 26 with our hockey. Panthers, Flames on the ice. Thunder in the Nothing But Action League tonight. Idaho State and Kansas. The college hardwood. See, Porter, and Michigan, totally agree. Can't take Ohio State. No. That Ohio State's bad. Kevin says it's funny. I'm funny. I'm funny how? Like a con? I'm here to amuse you, Kevin. Funny how? What makes me so freaking funny? Sorry, it's my little Goodfellas. Richard P. Mark Cuban has the bag. No worries. I get it. I mean, I just listen. I like Kyrie. The guy. He's on the court. He's awesome. The guy won a championship for LeBron. But it's a big but. That's all you say.
Hey, Mark Cuban's one of the most dangerous owners because he has money and he's a fan of the team. He actually cares about the team. It's probably one of the scariest owners you could have.
I mean, yeah, but how's that work out for the Cowboys? How's that work out for the Redskins?
Cowboys are a different story. The Cowboys aren't winning anything until Jerry Jones is 6 feet under. Sorry.
He's a fan of the team, though. The guy's always out there.
I don't like saying that, but they're not winning anything until he's gone.
He loves his team. He takes care of the players, old players. He takes care of whoever. I mean, you should know. You got a Mets guy who loves the team. Let's see if it happens. Bet the SWAC game's under, says Miz. I don't mind going under SWAC attack. We could do that. Kim is in the house. What do you say, fella? Leaning on Kentucky, Moneyline, and Miami. Who's Kentucky playing today? I don't even know they're playing. Don't think they are.
Yeah, I don't think Kentucky's playing. I think he might mean Kansas.
He's probably leaning Kansas, I'm guessing.
Probably Kansas.
I'm not going to do Moneyline mine at a 4-point fave. I can't. Anything over like 130, it's really tough for me to do. And, of course, Miami Hurricanes. Of course, there's another guy in the Miami Hurricanes. I love it. My Duke plus 140, baby. That's the lock. Put it down. I want everybody in the chat. I don't know how many people are watching. Duke money line today. Here's another one. Here's another Miami person. Unbelievable. Seaport, how's it Detroit owns Boston? 1-5 ATS, last 6 versus Detroit. Celtics are 2-8 ATS, last 10. Well, the thing is that, how is that? It's real simple when the point spread is the great equalizer. And let's see, 8-point dog, 13-point dog, 14, 12.5, 12, 11, 7, 8, 8.5, 9.5. I mean, you're getting double digits. It's tough to win by double digits. I don't care how good you are. Michael, the chat has talked me into it. Duke money line. You're welcome, Michael. You're welcome. Sacramento and the over against the Rockets? Sure, says Stephen Porter. I agree with you, Steve. Miz, do you think NBA players bet on games? Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't think they bet on their own. They might bet football or something. They might because they think they want to. They think they know other sports. And when you have, and I don't even know. I think they're not allowed to bet on their own games or on any NBA. Obviously, they're not allowed to bet their own games. I think for any sport, you're not allowed to bet on that sport at all. Gabe's ready to talk baseball tomorrow. Yes. Come on, Gabe. Although baseball's going to be your soon enough, I'm going to be like, and then you're going to be like, oh, Higgs, what do you got for baseball? Because in 3 weeks, I got conference tournaments starting up on, I think, Tuesday the 28th or 27th or Monday of February. We got conference tournaments already. And then we have pitchers and catchers are 10 days away. So we'll have spring training. We're going to have Dominican baseball we got to bet on. We're going to bet those guys in preseason or whatever it's called. Seaport, Aaron Rodgers going to New Orleans. Lock it. He says the Saints. I wouldn't. But again, it's the Saints team. I understand. You're playing in a dome. It's nice. It's New Orleans. I'm going to Tampa. Listen, you can play in the crappy snow. You can play in some rain down south. And if you get a little better offensive line around you, or not offensive line, but offensive players with, Evans and the receivers and stuff. Again, I don't know who's free agents and that kind of nonsense. I mean, I know the Saints. Who's Saints got? Olave and, Michael Thompson hasn't played forever. Is Kamara still playing? I mean, I don't even know. Where's that guy been? I mean, who's... Michael, I really like the Nets money line play. I was just checking one of my sites. They had a ton of prop bets. George Orlando to score 25 and plus 200 win. Yes, Nets outright. He agrees with you there, Tim. Nets outright. Brandon, depends if Fox is playing for the Kings. I don't think it makes a difference. I think that game should go over. I mean, they gave up 136. The Rockets gave up 150. I guess it's easy to think it's going to go over, but when you're a bad team, you're bad. I mean 234. Maybe it's too easy. Again, I didn't bet it, Brandon. Coach K's in the house. Duke money line's a lock today. Thanks for coming in, Coach K. Good to see you. Coach K. My Giants should find a way to land Ridley. How are they doing that? I mean, why is Atlanta? I mean, Atlanta. I have no idea. We're the Falcon. We're the dirty South. We need some Falcon insiders here. Seth was out against Cleveland, 10-point dog, won outright. What game are we talking about here? 10-point dog, Cleveland. What game? What team? Rob Higgs at this point, I don't care where he goes. Every year with this back and forth about what he wants to do, it's probably just time we move on. I agree. I don't think he's going to the Jets. I'm a believer that it's going to be Garoppolo to the Jets or to the Texans. That being said, if they don't get him, can I see that scenario with his old coordinator there? Possibly. But if I'm the Jets, why am I paying? Hey, bro, I beat the Patriots. I beat the Bills. I beat the Dolphins with backup quarterbacks. I don't need Aaron Rodgers. I'll bring my quarterback in. I got my wide receiver back. I got an offensive lineman back. I got a running back back. I got a defense that's top 5. I'm set. I'm not mortgaging everything for this wacko to come in here. No. Holy Cross team total over. Brandon, no. I mean, listen, I sort of like Holy Cross because Lafayette's bad. I can't get involved in this game. Say a prayer if we get involved in that game. I got the prayer request number right here.
Stop it. Get some help.
There you go. Rob Fraggle, I think look, we don't need a Kyrie game was yesterday. Brooklyn to Earth today. Maybe. Kansas and Miami money lines. Well, I mean, I like Kansas. I got Kansas. I don't mind laying the 4. I'm not going to lay 140, 150. And Miami's a loser. The entire chat's on Miami. Duke by 50 tonight. While you duke it out on the Duke game, I'll take the under to the bank. That's a loser. Now this game goes to overtime, tied at 68, and it's a 84-78 Duke win. Michael, Cuban already won a title with the Mavs versus the Heat. Yeah. Kevin, Duke money line. Thanks for the free premium. You got it. Yeah. Easy money today. Neil, I think you can't bet on team you play for. I don't know. I don't think NBA players could bet on NBA games. I don't think NFL guys could bet on NFL games. I think that's no way. No way they could allow that. No way. I mean, I could be wrong, Neil. Miz, I bet most of these college games know the point spread. I'm sure they do. And now especially now with the new money and these boosters, I'm sure they're probably coming in like, hey, you want your 500 grand? Let's blow these cats out. They definitely know the point spreads. They know the point spreads. I'm sure they used to know them back in the day anyway. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Kim, what do we got here? Might change the Duke money line. Duke has better defense. Both teams about the same offense. Well, all I know is that everybody likes Miami today. You included. And it forced me to take Duke money line. Ms. Tulsa home game seems close to a point spread. Let's jump over it a little. Hold on. Tulsa's not even. Come on. Is that for tomorrow, Miz? I'm not doing tomorrow's game. True Allah, why does it look like the refs are on the take when you see some of the calls? You can't talk to them about the refs, the influence of line waiters. Yes and no. Like, I know, I mean, they're probably newer, right? I'm guessing most people are when they come in talking stuff like this. You're going to have bad calls. We always have bad calls. But the lines are what they are. The lines are what they are. And sometimes they're close. Other times they're not even close. It's really I hate to say like 50-50. The game's either, and when I bet a game, if I take a dog, I think that dog is going to win outright most of the time. Unless I'm taking some 20-point dog. I'm taking a 10 or less dog. I'm in that game. I think I can win that game outright. I don't need a point spread. It's going to be close. I take a fave. no matter what the point spread, it should be a 20-point easy win. I'm not even thinking about it. It's a rocking chair, whatever. Bet it, forget it. To say the refs influence, I you can't think that way. If you think that way, why the hell are you even betting? You can't. A call goes against you. Yeah, bad calls. Okay, you have a game that's close. There's a call. There's a holding penalty. There's a foul called. Whatever. Bad strike zone. They try to fix it with some replays, which the replay I don't think that's right for the refs. You slow it down. It's like, well, yeah, look at that. The ball moved a bit. No, I mean, I'm adamant about that. Don't I can't. That's just no. Kevin, if Aaron plays for 20 years, full medical or what? If you play football, well, I mean, the guy's taken care of anyway. Most guys aren't though. Which is why when they come in here with this stuff, it's rigged, it's scripted. Bro, you got so many broke cats. We did this on a rant the other day, Kevin. There's so many broke guys in the NFL. I don't understand. They should all be multimillionaires 10 times if there's a script. All these guys would be loaded up to the hilt. They wouldn't be complaining about health care. They wouldn't be living on the street. Rodgers is solid. Gabe, Carr to the Jets. I want to say Carr to the Colts. I know they got a new coach, but that team was thought of as a sleeper team to go to the Super Bowl. Veteran quarterback, all-star, all-pro, great running back, good offensive line, solid defense. We thought the coach was solid. And then it all came apart. Injuries, just a hot mess. A pile of hot, stinky diarrhea out in the sun in the July. Stunk to high heaven. I just don't know. I mean, what are the Jets? I'm a Jet fan. I'm not. I'll be like, you know what? You could make fun of Wilson or White. We won with those guys. And we lost. The games we lost is because we didn't have a running back, a wide receiver, and an offensive lineman. Am I wrong? They lose a running back, lose a wide receiver, lose a lineman. Come on. Yeah, your quarterback. Well, I mean, does he look good? No, a lot of young quarterbacks don't look good. I mean, there's only so many superstars. Not every quarterback is Tom Brady or Mahomes. Doesn't work that way. Bill McDonald, do you like the Eagles in a big game? We'll talk. Sides of stuff we'll talk about totals going forward. I'm going to do props tonight, all week. We'll talk Super Bowl and some overhead college hoops tonight. I'm thinking maybe 11 Eastern. I don't know. I'll see when I set up shop here. Just keep the notification bells on. I want to set up some set time for the late night money. Steven, Detroit in the NBA, sure. Brooklyn, sure. And the over. Okay. San Antonio over. That is a steady play. That's a Tim special there. Sacramento on the over. Why not? Utah under. Golden State. No. I like the Thunder. Milwaukee in the under. No opinion on that one there. I'm not again with the NBA. What are we getting here at 1:00? Who's playing? Who's not? That's why I don't like the NBA, Steve. And I probably lose viewers when I say that. If I was going to do the NBA, I'd do a show at 5:30, 6:30 before game time and have a better rundown of who's playing and see how things are shaping up. Rob Franklin, I was leading Duke with you. That lad, the kid was a wall side. I think he had 8 blocks. Just worried about a letdown. I don't think it's a letdown with Duke. I mean, you're Duke. Every game is a letdown spot because you got a bullseye on your back for the last 25 years, 30 years, right? I mean, let's go back to 86. I mean, basically, these guys, 40 years, these guys have been good. So any game for them is a spot where they could have a bad one. But they're getting points. It's not a letdown. It's not like they're 7-point faves here at home. They started out as a 3-4 point dog. Ms. Dane coach hearing crap on social media about not covering spreads. Well, again, this is a problem is with this generation of sports betting. You got people complaining. I want a bad beat refund because I'm a big crybaby and I've gotten my way because my parents said I'm the best thing ever. So you got a bunch of spoiled little whiny brats. That's what it is. I'm an old guy. I bet you lost. You lost. So now you got people complaining over bad beat nonsense. Then I'm going to bet my $5 on my college team here because I go to Dayton or insert any school and the team loses. It doesn't cover a half. And that coach could be like, "Oh, sorry, sucker. Pay your tuition." Like, sorry. I mean, like, stop. Don't bet then. You're gonna cry about it. Don't bet. It's that simple. And I'm interested to see what the coach said. He should have been like, "Hey, you can't afford to bet. Don't bet. Worry about your grades." That's what I would have said. If you can't afford to lose, don't play the game. Brandon, if you think sports rigs don't trade stocks, they cheat in your face. Yeah, I'm not a big stock guy or um, a crypto guy. My brother-in-law was trying to get me into this crypto. He's been sending me texts for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'll tell you what it is. So something called Volt. He's like, it's going up. So I get this other one from him. It's up from 50 million market cap to 105 market cap in less than a week. I have no idea anything about crypto. I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to take a dime. I'm going to go rent some farmland on somebody's property and raise chickens instead with that money. I'm not a big crypto guy. But stocks are the same thing. It's a joke. Everything's manipulated. True. Bad money management. Yes, it is. And that's what it's about. Money management. True ally. You got to. Kim, Duke Miami over. No opinion on that. Texas over, same thing. I don't really love any of these totals today. None of the totals really jumped to me. 66 totals bet on the year. 40 and 26. David, how are you? Miami, easy win. I love it. David, look at this one, Tim. Easy. He comes out with the easy button.
All right, heading over to BetStamp, marking Miami a loser, and moving on.
Man, Duke is such the play today. I do like Holy Cross too. Lafayette, I can't do Lafayette. Kim. Gabe, they can't even win. Never mind covering. But again, it's that thing like I'm going to call up and complain about. Don't bet. You can't lose. I say it all the time. And Gabe, you were here. I did a 3-30 baseball run. I still had a winning season. You can't afford to lose a couple bets in a row. Don't bet or lower your bet total. You better. I tell people like 10 times what your average bet. People should probably have 100 times your average bet. Kevin, one of the best shows on the Ned Higgs one-man SEAL team. I appreciate the kind words. I try. You're always gonna get it with me. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not coming in here with my crazy diplomas on a wall, like breaking down mathematician kind of stuff with people, or talking about spin rates on pitches for strikeouts and exit velocities and in baseball or DVOAs in football or synergy in college hoops for totals or NBA, whatever. No, I mean, you could find all that. I'm a guy who comes in. I've been betting. Yeah, I sell picks. I'm a quote unquote tout guy. Been since 1990. I got what I got. I got a lifetime, again, betting longer than Tim's been alive, betting longer than probably half this chat's been alive. Am I right all the time? No. Is it? Am I going to help you? I think I do. I think I kind of help. Wanda, a lot of NBA games were rigged with Tim Donahue. That was different. Tim Donahue was not rigging games as much as it's kind of like point shaving kind of games. Two different things. Totally different type of games. You're talking about people are saying, oh, it's rigged and players get kind of scripts. Again, if that was the case, every NBA guy who's ever sniffed the league in all sports, they'd be so well off because they could just, I'm retired, but you know what? I'm going to call in, see what's going on this year. Who's winning? Oh, I can get a future 16-1. All right, let me put 10,000 on that. I mean, lock that up for a nice 150 grand for the year to live on. I mean, Come on, Wanda. This guy shaved some points. I get it. I've heard that way before that. Even besides this guy, I've known stories and heard things where it's like, yeah, they kind of don't like this. They'll be calling some more fouls, penalties. It's all out there. You see, now they have all types of stats on refs on how they call fouls and NFL calling penalties. We know that, right? The big thing. And please, somebody brought up the other day. Oh, the guy doing the Super Bowl called so many fouls on the Chiefs. Come on, Brandon. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. We're your go-to. Appreciate it. We try to help. Can't win them all. That's why it's called gambling. Yeah, it'd be stealing if it wasn't. Or you know what it'd be? It would be fixed if it wasn't. That's what they call it. Sports fixing. Although there's plenty of those. I think I've officially made it, Brandon, when I send a tweet out and I get one of those fixed game guys in my chat with like some euros to make like 300,000 euros on a fixed soccer match or something. Fixed soccer match. Mark my words, cryptos will collapse, says Miz. I'm not a Gabe, I should yell and rant like Stu. I don't go as crazy as he does. I do get, you've seen my little rants, Gabe. I do get a little wound up a little bit, but that's the Italian in me, like Stu. We get a little fired up. I'm like, yo, hey, that kind of, I can't do that. The freaking fixed nonsense. Bad beat refunds. Stop it, Stu. I mean, Stu's a great salesman. Dude's a multi-millionaire. And I don't. And I can pull them off because I don't like really talk about other kind of sites and stuff like that. I mean, Barstool, come on, they could crush me with their stuff, but it's different. That's who they cater to. They want to have that kind of nonsense. They give out picks and say, yeah, here's this, use our Barstool Sportsbook. I mean, what is that, a joke? Come on, it's just wrong. Brandon, I don't like telling people. They ask me what kind of sportsbook to use. I don't like telling people because I don't want to be wrapped in the middle of that. I got to play CJ, GJ one more time. What is this? What language is this here? I thought this would be Central Connecticut State, but that was. I have no idea. Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks and the Bears. You're going to the Northern combo. I like the Bengals of Idaho State. But I could lead Northern Colorado there against Weeby. The old Weber Grills. Nelson, Lafayette. I can't do Lafayette. This team, Nelson, we can go back. You could find shows. And where's my guy T-Money? Because T-Money, and as much as he's like Moneyline Markel, he comes in taking a dog sometimes. It was like some Lafayettes, he's like going opposite Lafayettes. It was early in the year. They were favored. I'm like, no. I said, you got to lean on the favorite on his Lafayette's. Why are they favored? They got like 4 wins, 3 wins, and they were not winning any of these games. I mean, there's 7. I can't. How are you taking a 7-18 team, 3-12 on the road as a favorite? I don't care if it's 1 or 3. I mean, Holy Cross is bad too, but I can't lay with Lafayette. Under sure. First 1 to 2 wins, I guess. Miami money line, another Miami money line. Nelson, no. There's so many people told me to take Miami money line in here today. I took Duke plus 135. Kansas 49-0 at home at night. This is one of those stats or trends. Just ignore this, Nelson. What are you doing? I mean, they're 49-0. What is the ATS record? Because that's what you need, unless you take a money line. And yeah, it's a short money line because they're only 3 or 4 point faves. When they're 27-point faves in non-conference tournaments, you're taking them money line in that game to cover at night. I still like Kansas either way. Then I like them. I don't like a money line. Pine Bluff, Jacksonville State. I like Pine Bluff. Why is this line 4? Seems a little high. Maybe Jackson State is the play there. Miss Stern told Donahue not to call fouls on superstars. Well, that was always the case. You always had. Superstars always got a better treatment. That's just the way it was. You earn that. I don't think that's fixing it. You knew that when Jordan went down the lane, chances are they were going to call a foul. Ricketts is in the house. Alabama A&M wins. Heck out of here, freaking Ricketts. Gets you a block, women's basketball. Nelson Allen for Cleveland over on rebounds, 15 points all day. Rebounds and points, 15. That's what it is. It seems a little low. Is that Jared Allen? X-Net. Stephen Porter. He took count. They barely covered. Hey, horseshoes and hand grenades, baby. I'll take close. A cover's a cover. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Travis, Vancouver, New Jersey Devils under 6.5. Cold cash on the ice. You know what? What are you thinking? Out of the gate, they're going to be a little sluggish. I could understand that. T-Lo, Holy Cross money line. Yes. Oklahoma State. Curry's out. Yes, he is. We know that. Bucks, I got no opinion on. Duke game over. I like Duke, so you want to take over? Sure. Texas, Arlington. Money line against Tarleton. This one here, it's just a pick 'em for me. You can go either way. But all right, I'm out of here. That's it. It's 1 o'clock. Final wrap. Idaho State and Kansas in college hoops. Thunder, NBA. Panthers, Flames on the ice. Look ahead lines tonight. Put the notification bell on. You don't want to miss look ahead lines because it's going to be more player props.